The title of this video is I am a Draco's Commander. Uh, I feel at this point in time in my life I must come forward and throw my hat in the ring and specifically state who and what I am. I'm a Draco's Commander from the constellation of Dracos. I actually was contacted by let's say entities from the constellation of Draco several years ago and rebuffed it and thought it was crazy talk. And then over a period of time I got shown things and was told things very 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 specifically. One of the things I was told was that I guess I would not come into a full visual until about the age of 60. I'm presently 56. That the age of 60 would basically put me in about the end of 2014. I had asked different questions about the Dracos area and about the other companion area, Orion, because of my knowledge of the pyramids, and was told that Dracos has a larger population than Orion, but that the Orion constellation has a larger, has more largely developed spiritual groups than that of Dracos. In terminology that I best understand, the constellation of Draco comprises mostly 2.5 heaven developments, of which 3.0 is the highest in that realm or in that constellation. And I was told the population of Dracos, with its many stars and planets, whatever, is in the neighborhood of about 50 quintillion people. I had been taken there on different occasions and heard musical sounds, ways of doing music that very beautiful, very unusual, and almost virtually impossible to be duplicated here on this planet. What I heard was kind of like a form of quadraphonics, multiple orchestras, large orchestras, and choirs that would sing independently of each other, but somehow blended right. I don't know if you call it, you would call that counterpoint, or what you would call it. Anyway, I'm not saying it couldn't necessarily not be done on this planet. It's just that we don't have that type of sound as of this stage of the game. But that's just a small part of the picture. And then I asked who was I in regard to the rest of the other people on Dracos, and I was told that there was 10 million of my category because of my association or involvement with what I call the non-Akashic field with Supreme Entity. Everything else being an Akashic field as we know it in larger scope of things. And a non-Akashic field, the only other person or writer that I know that deals in such a subject matter is a woman by the name of Ashiana Dean, spelled Ashayana, Nadine, Dane, and she has a number of books and stuff like that. On this planet there is about 50,000 of us in here from Dracos, and we're responsible for taking a very small number out of here to to the area of ascension, and that would only be about 500 million. At first I thought the number was wrong. I thought maybe it might have been 500 million, but then I also understand how people act in general and the way what I see things going in the mainstay of public on that. And things I can discern more accurately and more fully as time goes on here, that would probably seem correct. Anyway, back to the there were 10 million of us on constellation of Draco, and I was one of 10 million, which worked with both on the constellation of Draco, but also from a non-Akashic field. I asked about other constellations outside, and was hazy about the origin when that. Though I had visited other areas outside our galaxy and way outside of Andromeda. Some things were very similar to us. Other things were people walked around as they were plants, and other things were like hardware items, like tables and two-dimensional things. I know this sounds stupid and crazy, but hear me out. And so I got a very real sensation. Even though I had seen things in the past, I had talked to these plants on this planet, and they said that we came here as props to help out with the existing things that are being done on this planet. And so and then I saw even like hard objects like tables. Well, they were very conversant too. I had seen some of the stuff in the past, but wasn't very clear about what the meanings were. When I said, well, how you guys were constructed here, you were cut up in a factory and this, that, and that thing. And they said, well, no, it's actually what it is it's when you do that stuff, it's like a ritual that's done in order to transverse it from one dimension into this one. And it's it's not quite like what people might think is that yeah, the object was made and therefore the spirit of the thing that was in another dimension is transferred over here. That isn't quite like it. Again, it's a ritual, and also the same thing has to do with the birthing of children and the like. Even though we go through a sexual act, it's really more like a ritual. It's like a ritual process, and then in that this child is born. It's like that, and the child that's born, we sit there and say, well, that was a person who comes in from some other dimension. That's true. It's from another dimension. My other part of my being is in another dimension, and yet I'm in this dimension. In third dimension realities that we have, I'm a separate entity from the other dimension that I came in from, or that sent me in here from. Where it seemed that we appear to be as two different things. But from that dimension to this dimension, or from that dimension into this dimension, we're one of the same thing. There really is no separation. There's seemingly two people, but one of the same thing. And this gets kind of complicated because people would like wonder, like, well, so what if that's true, and if it is true, what does it mean when that? Well, maybe by itself it doesn't mean anything, but as it factors into creating a better understanding of the future of things. If I should work in this dimension and have this one entity develop to do what it's got to do, then God only knows where else this person, that's myself, or even you others that are out there that may or may not be aware of this one, that are being developed alongside everybody else. Probably the way to look at this is like the gospel message out there, and of a kind of a mystical manner when the Christ or the Son of God comes in. He's begotten from the group. He's separated as it appears. Again, we're talking third dimensional terminology from that. He's separated. He comes in the flesh. He's the fallen state, the sinner, per se. Even though those are all more or less fairy tales when that, and seems to be separate, and comes in and grows up, and he does thus and so and just like some of the same sequel stories were in the Bhagavad Gita, and maybe I'm not familiar with the Quran. Maybe the Quran's got the same kind of thing in there too. In that, but another aspect of this is that I gotta maybe mention another. No, I'll mention another thing in another video. Anyway, that's all for right now, and that's all I can say. Okay, bye bye.